Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly drunk. And that's why we're late all the time.
Some would blame it on the alcohol. I am your host, Jedi Master Grayson, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. We're going to be all over the place today. I can tell you that much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's because we're covering so much. We can't cover it alone. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. It's always better to shit talk with friends. He is practically family, but y'all just hate it because he's like sin. What is up, Big Dick Mitch?
Not much. What's going on? Oh, man. Excited. Not sure if you could tell by the name, but I watched Gemstones finally.
I could tell. Wow. Thanks for catching up.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you watch?
It's an easy show to catch up to.
Did you watch the first 3 seasons and then like stop, or did you just jump in 4 seasons?
So I had watched the first season forever ago, and then the second season just kind of the way it started, I was just kind of not feeling it. So I stopped like 2 episodes into that. So I rewatched season 2 and season 3, and I've caught up on 4.
Okay, all right, well, right on. I'm excited for you to join the discussion today. As you guys didn't know, we're talking to Righteous Gemstones. We're talking Daredevil, Born Again, and as always, we're talking shit.
Yep.
But before we get into the nitty and the gritty, I guess we should do a little bit of house cleaning. Just want to remind you guys to consider perusing through our merchandise store, where you can find hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, and all kinds of cool stuff with our stupid name on it. Just go over to the merch tab, go find some cool stuff. There's I really like the hats, obviously. They're nice little fit. The hoodies are really cool as well. Like they've got this nice shawl style hoodie that Bill's rocking right now. We got some good stuff there. Go ahead and check it out. But also want to remind you guys to tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time to check out the Bantha Bunch, hosted by your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. Bill, what are you guys talking about this week?
We're talking about common side effects. Common side effects. Going down.
It's the season finale. I guess you guys,
sir,
have to. It's gonna be sad figuring out like what you guys are gonna be talking about next week.
Well,
I got it. I got it. There's a new show also on Max. Episode 2 will be tomorrow. It's called Hollywood Demons. Do you guys remember the dad from fucking Seventh Heaven?
Yeah,
he's a Hollywood demon.
Did you know he's a pedophile?
Yeah, he's a Hollywood. He is admitted one.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he has flat out admitted to it.
Yeah, he admitted to it in 2012, 2013.
Go watch episode 1. Episode 1 is only about him. Each episode's about a different fucking monster in Hollywood.
It's disgusting.
One of the ones they're going to cover, the Power Rangers. Yes.
Oh,
wow.
My God. Okay.
One of them's a murderer, right?
No. Which one?
One of the Power Rangers, one of the Red Rangers, murdered his roommate with a fucking sword.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, was that Rocky?
Yeah, it was Rocky.
Nope.
I do remember.
It was one of the other ones.
Rocky.
Okay.
It was one of the other Red Rangers.
Damn. Okay. That's crazy. When you said Hollywood monsters, I was assuming it was going into a horror space, but that's not what I was expecting.
Pretty much is.
He was like, yes, that is also true. Yeah. Okay. That's something to consider.
The answer is yes.
So guys, definitely check that out on on Thursday. Or I mean, who knows? We're not telling you what Bill's gonna be check it out next Thursday, but this Thursday definitely check out the common side effects recap of the finale. And you guys are probably gonna be talking about something else, right?
Nope.
No.
No, man. What's wrong with you? It's not. It doesn't matter that we don't know what we're talking about because we never know what we're talking about. And yeah, that's all. I ain't gotta explain myself to you. That's it. We never know what we're talking about, man. And we will. It's been a spit. It's been like a special situation that we've been talking about common side effects as long as we have. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that show. Can't wait to talk about it with everybody else out there in the world. I love you.
Animation is really unique. The what you call it, the style of the comedy is really unique as well. It can be really dry and really silly and also really touching. It's hidden all. It's checking all the boxes for me.
Touchy, just a
Touchy,
little too touchy.
But yeah, guys, check out the Bantha Bunch on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to check out the recap.
Jesus Christ, thank you. This was way too far out. This was really weird. It was bothering me so much. Got it again.
It looks like we are having some technical difficulties with the comic book. Should we?
No, you gotta just give me 2 seconds. Man.
Okay,
2 seconds.
Okay, I didn't know if it was just not gonna work.
That might be also true.
Yeah,
2 things can and have been true before.
We shall see.
But what I might have to do is just close Chrome, is what it looks like, because it's just not allowing it. But it says it is. But
interesting. Well, in the meantime, in between time, I guess I'd let you guys know that I'm working on a Severance review. I know I haven't done a video review in a minute. I was gonna do one on Captain America, aka Captain Black America, aka Nick Bird, but nobody cares about that movie. And I pretty much had this. I didn't have anything new to say about that film that everybody had already said. So we're just gonna keep it pushing, and let's talk about Severance. I think that I have so many thoughts this past 2 seasons. I didn't even get a chance to make a video on the first season, so this will be my chance to like really break down the phenomenon that is Severance and get into it. Yeah, to the UUR. We're gonna get into the UUR.
What up, Terry? What's good, dog?
Hola from Bogota. What is up? Is that Terry or one of his clones? I don't know.
That's Terry.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to close this for 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Oh, good. Well, hello, everyone. It's your favorite cousin's favorite white guy. It's nice to have this time with all of you. Now, Film Age, Fifth Bantha. Yeah, guys, I am crazy excited for Lazarus. There's actually some really awesome anime in general coming out right now. I'm very excited for this coming weekend just so I can watch the finale of Solo Leveling. I wasn't able to, I started it dubbed, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those people where I can't go from dub to sub or sub to dub. I got to finish it the way it is. So I'm very excited for Solo Leveling this Saturday.
I too, sir, cannot do such things of switching from dub to sub and sub to dub. It's got to stay the way we came in. I'm fine with
one or the other, but yeah, it's got to be consistent.
We got to come. The fuck was that?
I have no idea.
The demons.
A drunk person passing out against our front door.
No, I'm in Austin.
Dude,
yeah, I'm sorry.
There's so much weird shit that doesn't happen on any fucking day except Mondays and Thursdays.
Looks like someone's got a case of the Mondays.
Every Monday.
Shit, no.
And every
bet you get your ass kicked saying that.
Fucking Thursday. Every fucking Monday and Thursday. I swear to fucking Christ. Jesus.
Yeah. We are riding the Hotness Express over here. We're going to make it to our destination for sure.
I'm going to let you guide us. I'm gonna let Jeff guide us the rest of the way while I roll a blunt.
Yes,
because I am upset.
we are on the Hot Mess Express, but we're heading down Jeff's comic book corner. That just happens to be one of the stops. Jeff, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about issue 2 of 2019's Daredevil run. Again, Chip Zdarsky, one of the best in the business, is the guy who was writing this one. And well done, producer T. And it's just a great one. Now, if you don't remember where we left off, Daredevil, he's been out of the game for a bit. He's been hurt. But so he's come back and he's just kind of not really himself. And at the end of the last issue, while he'd stopped a robbery, it looks like he might have inadvertently killed the guy. So this one starts in a gym, and we got this new guy here, Cole North. He's that detective that we saw in the last issue. He's been transferred in from Chicago. And it's just him, in the gym working a bag. A lot like Matt and Matt's dad, the boxers. And it's just we get his partner and just one of the other cops talking. And one of the other cops is like, shit, he's tall and he's fast and he's strong. Is he single? Is he straight? Is he I got a brother, we can make this work. So, it's just the quick little getting to know Cole North. But then immediately after that, we cut to Foggy. And it's Matt narrating as he talks with Foggy. And, it's Matt narrating not as he talks with Foggy, but as he's listening to these voicemails Foggy's leaving, because it's all over the news. Daredevil fought a guy. That guy's dead. And obviously Foggy knows his best friend's Daredevil. So he's trying to call Matt and talk to him and get him just to even answer the phone or anything. And Matt's just sitting there. He's like, I know what Foggy's going to do. He's going to try and tell me like, oh, well, we can fight this in the courts. You can even keep the mask on. There's precedent. And we've even got, his radar sense. So he can tell that Foggy's just concerned about Matt and everything. But even he can tell that even Foggy doesn't necessarily believe. And while he's talking to him, Foggy thinks he's just, leaving a voicemail, but Matt's in the damn room. And this scene, this one right here, made me really think about, I saw a thing a long time ago. Someone would point out, Daredevil should be named Batman, and Batman should be named Daredevil. Batman's got no fucking powers, jumps off buildings, drives fast cars. Daredevil is an acrobat who swings, who flies through the night using his amazing echolocation. Think about it. It fits better. That's the change.org I want, is us to just the names. Anyway, so Matt, sneaks in and Foggy has no idea he's there. And they get to talking and Foggy's like, Matt, I know you didn't mean to, but you've had mistakes in the past and but Matt's not even close to capitulating. He's like, no, I do not kill. You know that. Someone is setting me up. And Foggy's like, okay, well, you know what? We can still fight this. We're lawyers. This is what we do. We've had you on the stand as Daredevil in the past. We can do it again this time, defending yourself. And Matt's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I didn't do this. I can't go on the stand. And Foggy's like, okay, then just take the costume off for a while, man. Go out and be Matt Murdock. It's actually really easy to hide from this, dude. And Matt's like, no, I can't. Someone's setting me up. And if I disappear, that's admitting my guilt. So, after talking with Foggy a little bit more, Matt's just like, nope, I got to get out. I got to go. And again, pulls a Batman and just disappears into the night after jumping out one of Foggy's windows. So from there, Matt goes to the hospital where he ends up finding the doctor that worked on this guy that died. What's the guy's name? The guy's name is Leo Carrero. And he's talking to the the doctor. And the doctor's like, he's like, what happened? And the doctor's like, I told the police everything. And of course, well, tell me. And the doctor's just talking. He's like, he came in. He had an injury at the base of his skull. He, there was a hematoma or like an aneurysm or something. We did everything we could, and it didn't matter. He threw a blood clot, and it ended up it killed him before we could get him into surgery. And Matt's using his radar sense here, and the thing is, the doctor's scared. The doctor is, like shaking, his heartbeat's through the roof, but he's like, but there's no skip. He knows this guy is telling the truth. So Matt lets him go, and he gets ready to leave, and the doctor's like, and it's really great what he says, you did this. That man is dead because of you. If you came here to ascribe blame, it's not going to happen. Sometimes I can't save people. I do my best, but I can fall short. This isn't one of those times. That man was going to die no matter what we did. And then this is the part that we've got this caption here, and I love. He says, I've patched up guys who crossed you. All of us here have. If anyone knows how precise you are, how surgical with inflicting violence, it's me. Every one of those people you sent to the hospital gets better. I don't know how you managed to know bodies that intimately, but trust me when I say this, you screwed up. Somebody's dead, and you need to stop with the violence. And Matt runs off, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, you could have been a doctor. Like, Matt's understanding of the body is that good. So from there, we cut back to Cole North, and this time he and his partner are getting ready to go. And now we got Cole narrating a little bit, and he's saying, when he came here, he was talking with his chief, and he was just like, the only thing I asked is, don't give me a crooked cop. And she's like, and so she paired me with him. I guess he's good enough. Anyway, so they go, and they're in this building, and there's a woman at the desk like, well, it's not ready yet. And he's like, I'm going in. She's like, you can't do that. And he goes, yes, I can. And he storms in, and it turns out he's at the mayor's office, and he's there to see Fisk. And this is a really interesting scene because, first off, it's so much like the series that we're watching right now. Fisk is sitting there, and he's being incredibly cordial. He's being perfect with the politics and everything. And he's still getting his point across, every time. Like, he already knows Cole's name and shit like this. And Cole's sitting there, and he's saying, like, I won't show fear. No. Like that cold shiver going up my spine, I'm gonna ignore it. And he's talking with Fisk, and Fisk's like, and Fisk is saying there, I'm assuming you're here because of my my history with Daredevil, and it's just such a great shot. This scene, these pages of the book get some really amazing shots of Fisk. We get him just sitting there, and he's just so. I mean, this is, in my mind, a guy that, like, just from this picture, you can tell he knows what he is. The cops know what he is. He knows they know what he is. He knows there's not a fucking thing they can do about it. That's why he looks so comfortable and calm during all this. So anyway, they're talking back and forth, and Cole is making it obvious that a part of why he's there is, like, he doesn't fucking trust this guy. He knows that him and Daredevil's got have some, bad blood. But then Fisk is like, oh, and then they're like, oh, well, yeah, we just want to, obviously, with the animosity, the reason we were asking is because we just want to make sure you're safe. So we'll give you extra protection. And then this is the scene, or the image, the cell that's fucking great. Because, Fisk is like, I mean, you came all the way here from Chicago, yes? Leaving behind your life, your friends, poor Anna, which, I mean, clearly a veiled threat, but also look at the way they drew Fisk here. It's so subtle. It's so simple. It's very easy shading, and it makes him so fucking menacing. And all they did was use shading. Fucking love it. So anyway, they leave, and and where it gets interesting is Fisk is left with his right-hand man, Wesley, and they're like, Wesley's like, I know that we'll say you have your hands in a lot of pots, but like, I need to know, like, is this one us? Like, I gotta be ready to prepare. And Fisk goes, you know how much I fucking hate Daredevil. Trust me, if it was him, if I did this, I would be loving it. I wouldn't be able to stop from telling you. And Daredevil standing on the roof outside is hearing all this. And he's sitting there and he's saying, I listen for the telltale skip. And he says, it never comes. So that's where this gets even more interesting. Fisk isn't setting Daredevil up. So Matt's really starting to have a hard time with this now. So he's like, all right, I need to figure things out. He's confused. He's wallowing. So he does what any good blind Catholic boy does, and he goes to church. And he goes there, and he's trying to talk to that priest that we saw in the last one, but the priest is out. So he's talking with this nun, Sister Elizabeth. And he's like, like he's being obviously very vague. He's like, everyone thinks I did something unforgivable. And she's like, oh, nothing's unforgivable. And Matt's just like, all I want to do, all I've ever wanted to do was help people. And she just goes, well then, help people. And shockingly, Matt takes it to heart. So he gets back out, starts hitting the streets again. He's not just like making himself seen as Daredevil, but now he's actually like going and stopping crime again, actually intervening as Daredevil. But the thing is, he's being much more cautious about it. He's making sure that he's like taking these guys, and he even says, I know just the right amount of pressure to apply to the carotid. I know exactly where to kick the solar plexus to knock the wind out of this guy without damaging his liver or his spleen. And Matt fucks these guys up. But the thing that gets him is then, he saves a couple from being robbed. But like after he does, the couple's scared of Matt as well as the robbers. And it's just really getting to him. So he's like, I got to figure this out. And he's up on a rooftop and he's being all contemplative. And he starts thinking about how like, the people I just saved were looking at me literally like a devil. Foggy. Even he wants to believe me, but he doesn't completely believe me. And he starts like, and like, if Foggy doesn't believe me, like, what about like my oldest friends? And now we start seeing pictures of some other people in the Marvel universe. We see Luke and Jessica and their baby, whose name I forget. And they're looking, we'll say, speculative. And then Matt's like, and not just them, but like, what about criminals? Will they fear me? Or, will they band together to eliminate me as a threat, since to them now it looks like it's life and death? And by the way, no fucking clue who Werewolf McVampire there is. I'd like to know. He seems like an interesting bad guy, but my best guess is the owl at the bottom there, but I just don't. No clue. So anyway, so then Matt's thinking like, okay, the only thing left that I can do, that I have to do, is investigate the crime scene. So he goes back to the scene of the crime and he starts looking around. And this is just another one where we get some really cool looks at his radar vision. And he's saying like, this one it's hard for him. Because like when we think of Matt's radar vision, we often think of just like the sounds, which that alone, he's in New York fucking city. That's got to be insane. But he's also sitting there and he's talking about the scent, the overwhelming smell of like, the alcohol fire, the water logged wood and everything. He's like, it's just, there's too much coming in. It's sensory overload and he's having a hard time. And while he's saying that, he starts to, he hears a voice, and he hears a voice being like behind him, like, dude, I don't know what you think we're going to find. The crime scene's going to be a mess. And it turns out the cops showed up to do the same thing Matt did. So Matt turns and there's Cole North and his partner. And the partner immediately pulls his gun on Matt, getting ready to fire. So Daredevil turns and just throws his fucking weapon. He throws his weapon at the cop. And again, he's being careful here. He's making sure he hits the cop like right in the shoulder. He's not hitting him in the head, the throat, like the gut or anything. But he hits the cop, and he wings him hard enough that it even like that guy's shot goes flying. And then, but then Cole rushes him. And as Cole rushes in, Daredevil, fucking kicks Cole right in the gut. And Cole's starting to go down. And as he is, Daredevil's catching the stick back, and he's doing his little grappling hook part of it. But remember what we saw in the beginning, Cole's a boxer. He knows how to get hit. He knows how to take a fall. And even while he's falling, he pulls out his gun and bang. And then this issue ends with Cole standing over Daredevil saying, to 10th and 54th, the suspect known as Daredevil has been shot. And that's the end of issue 2.
Damn, Gina. What's crazy is what's impressive is how you got through that, even though we were over here struggling.
Hey, there was only one I was waiting on. We're good.
It was funny. I was just like, man, here we go. He's doing a good job over here. I'm literally over here sweating, doing 18 things. I was like,
you did great, and I was able to put in the story because I had more time to talk about it. So,
14 of the things that I was trying to do, 12 of them got done.
Yeah. Hey, C's get degrees, and that's at least a B.
At least.
Athelia said in the chat, as a cop, it's got to be so embarrassing telling other cops you got beat up by one nigga throwing a stick at you.
It was.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna read that quote for us.
It was a hard.
I was sitting here waiting. I was like, all right, I guess.
Quit making fun of me. It was a hard stick.
Made out of metal.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that stick
Nasty.
itself weighs like 9 pounds, I think, and it's straight metal. So I think
straight up metal, son.
I think that will cause a concussion for sure.
Yeah, so this one I read about like 12 issues in this series. I forgot how much I fucking love it. I'm gonna go out and buy the rest of the series because of how much I'm re-enjoying it.
Hell yeah.
It's a really cool story, and it's one of those things like growing up with. I mean, when I grew up with Daredevil, I just
back in the day,
like he was always just like Spider-Man. He was just like Spider. Well, not the movies or the TV show, but like seeing him like adjacent to Spider-Man, he always just seemed like a very wholesome guy. Like when he's like a guest star in Spider-Man comic books or like on the TV show, you don't see like that he's action packed with issues and he has like this enormous guilt and this boiling anger inside of him. Like his character is way more dynamic than I ever expected him to be from just like seeing those comics. So it's really cool just seeing like the show and like these other stories that I'm hearing about, like how badass Matt Murdock is. So yeah, I'm sold on this storyline. I'm about to go buy the graphic novel right now.
And like one thing I love about so I don't remember because I didn't read it as a kid, but I don't remember Daredevil when we were younger having like it's one small thing in this comic that I love, but his hands are wrapped like a fucking boxer in every single issue. And it's a small thing, but I love it. It's such a great touch. And it's just like, yeah, of course Matt would wrap his fucking hands. He doesn't want to break a knuckle.
Duh.
Yeah, and it's
come from a long line of boxers, bad boxers, but boxers,
mediocre boxers,
nonetheless.
And it's kind of a callback to the Frank Miller run, where like he has the black like the tracksuit basically, and the scarf over his eyes, and he's got his hands wrapped up like a boxer. So I like the blend of the styles. That's cool.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what,
it's Street Fighter Daredevil.
Right?
Yeah.
This run it gets insane. At one point, there's a female Daredevil. Don't calm down.
What?
Yeah. Matt ends up incapacitated, so Elektra takes over for a while.
Woke.
I
did hear about that, and I'm down for Elektra.
Oh, dude, she did a great fucking job. And oh man. Matt finds out some people die that Matt is close to. So Matt goes to some pretty extreme measures and does some rather unCatholic things that then lead to like the most Catholic things possible. So, okay.
Shout out for, I just want to say, since we didn't get a chance.
I saw that one earlier and I fucking loved it.
I didn't get a chance to address everyone that's joining us. Shout out to everyone who's joining us. Little Frothy's in the chat. Everybody who's watching, make sure y'all jump in the chat, man. Say hi. Say hi. Shout out to Little Frothy. Shout out to Fifth Bantha. And shout out to Othelius. Shout out to Phil Mage. Phil Mage. What it do, pimpin'? Couldn't talk to you earlier, really, Terry, but shout out to Terry. He out there in Bogota trying to get him some. You know what I mean?
That sounds like legit Portuguese.
Everybody put translations in the comments. Wrong answers only.
Oh, what's up, Thronkill? Haven't seen you in a while, man.
Thronkill. You know what Thron does?
He kills.
Bam.
Yeah, it's just good. Thanks for joining us on this very non-Star Wars discussion that we're having tonight. And guys, let us know in the comments what you thought of this issue of Daredevil. If it intrigues you to buy more comics, is it got you more excited about our next topic? Let us know. Which it's a good segue into our next topic. We are
Righteous Gemstones.
Oh wait, sorry, my Aura ring says it's time for me to go to bed, so I'll have to end this one short.
Damn, I didn't know if it was Spanish or Portuguese. I was wrong.
Oh dear.
Isn't it? Is always Spanish. It's Spanish.
They speak Spanish here.
They speak of the Dutch. The Spanish. The Spanish.
Oh, then it was translating correctly.
Let's move on to our next topic of the night. We are talking about Disney Plus's brand new series.
What is it called?
That's right. Daredevil is born again on Disney Plus. It has been a pretty great series so far, if I do say so myself. We are talking about 2 episodes today. We have been blessed with 2 episodes. We got
blessed. We hate that. We hate that here.
We love it here. Episode 5 with interest, in episode 6 excessive force. Let's talk about our initial thoughts on episode 5 first. Jeff,
real quick before we do, I have a question. Is there something coming out? Like, why did they double up? Because the next couple episodes, there's none that are doubled up. Did they have to shorten the release schedule? I just have no idea why.
I think there's something in the contract that says that they can't have a conventional release schedule for any of their Marvel Disney Plus shows.
That is a good guess.
That is
we
a
have
very
to double up
good
1 week at least.
It's ridiculous. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
And this one, I was dead ass saw it and I was like, "What the fuck?"
And even
I was confused.
Agatha, it seemed like it was contrived around like, oh, we got to have this episode drop
that
on
made
Halloween
sense.
or whatever.
Yeah, that made sense. This is like, there's not a Daredevil movie coming out or like a Punisher series coming out. They would have announced it by now.
Right. And we do have the Punisher special feature, like special presentation or whatever thing that they're doing on Disney Plus. But I don't think that's coming out until like October.
No.
So I mean,
if it is,
really no reason for
shout out to Blade.
Or maybe we, yeah, they're pushing this fast so they can come out with the Blade movie in May.
The one that they just said that they are now rewriting.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If it ever even comes out, because shout out to Blade, it ain't never coming out. I told everybody, it ain't never coming out.
If it does come out, it's gonna look completely different. It's gonna be a different director than the last 6 people that were hired.
Just watch.
They're
gonna go the other direction instead of making it like darker and more badass. It's like poppy and ridiculous and like tongue-in-cheek shitty jokes for Blade.
Right. Blade starring Jack Black.
They still make him black. They don't do blackface, but they still make him black. They just don't address it at all.
Yeah, he just talks like a black guy the whole time.
They should just make it Martin Lawrence. It'd be just as bad.
Actually, yes. Oh man, I would love it if Martin Lawrence was Blade. It'd be terrible.
But it'd be the type of terrible I'd be here for.
That's the type of terrible I'd wake up for in the morning, Alex.
Now, to answer your question,
when I was 65 years old.
but to answer your question, I liked it. I liked this episode. The Miss Marvel and Spider-Man references I thought were fucking like he's a great lawyer. Her dad, I thought they did a really good job of this series in general. I think is doing a good job of bringing in parts of other Marvel properties without being too over the top, like fucking club you to death with it. So I liked that. I thought the story was good. I thought the fight scenes were good. And it's the same bank as was filmed my favorite bank heist movie, Inside Job.
Oh, really? Shit! Now
I like that movie. It was good.
That movie was
Spike
Spike Lee top 10.
Yeah, I really like this episode too. It was like it felt like, you know, all those sitcoms that you watch when you're a kid. There's always like a Halloween episode, and there's a Thanksgiving episode, and there's a St. Patty's Day episode. This just felt like the St. Patty's Day episode of this show, because it felt very contained.
It's a bottle episode.
Bottle episode.
Bottle episode, and it feels very contained. And even though I know that some things are going to connect to other storylines, like, you know, with Luca and the diamond, like there's going to be little things that spread out to other storylines this season. But
for a second, I thought it was supposed to be Infinity Stone. I was like, do not have Daredevil just open skin palming a goddamn Infinity Stone. Don't do it.
I thought that was an Infinity Stone at first too. Like I was like, wait a second.
So this is what we do now.
I don't
just
care
grab
if it's
up on
Stone.
Infinity Stone.
No.
Yeah. No.
But it was
not if look. Well, this brings my theory that Tony Stark's coming back.
Well, I mean,
like you can't burn up a guy and then have the blind man just hold it. The regular powered blind man just hold it.
But it could also be, you know, like we saw in Loki, how like when the Infinity Stones are depowered, they're just like really pretty gems. So crazy,
just the paperweights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about you, Bill? What are your initial thoughts on this episode?
Initial thoughts is D. See, initial.
Are you giving it a rate? Are you?
I like
my.
Are you giving it like a grade of D? Did you just like it that much?
No.
Barely pass?
He said my initial thoughts, which the initials are D. Yeah, I should have got a different one. I should have got.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
I especially like that one doesn't cover up the screen completely. So it is you he's talking to. I see you guys on either side.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
I never noticed that before, but it's going down now. That's my new favorite clip now.
It's about to go down.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I thought this episode was good. Wait, which one? Episode
bank robbery.
Episode 5
with interest. Yes.
With interest.
Liked it. I hear a lot of people complaining about the Kamala Khan references. They were beaten to death, but overall, it's a good episode, and a slightly better lead-in to Matt putting back on the uniform than we had in like the first iteration of this series on Netflix when they were building where they were like building towards him putting back on the suit, and then when we initially got build up towards him putting on the suit, I feel like this is a little bit better. Like, let's speed this up, let's get to the shits.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
This
like
has
never
been enough
put on the
episode.
suit in the third season, which was crazy.
Bullseye did.
Bullseye
Yeah, he
did.
did. Yes, he
Bullseye
did.
said, "Boy, let me tell you something."
Yeah,
By the
and
way-
like it makes me think about like there's a lot of reports about the show being reshot and retooled
3 times.
after the strike, and it seems like from what I've heard, like seen that, but maybe it's only like the first few episodes that were retooled to help us ease into the storyline that they had developed already, because like we heard reports about how this show was going to be mostly Matt not in costume, and he's really just going to be donning the costume in the last few episodes, and seems kind of the same, except as we're not getting a 20 episode season like was announced initially.
Right.
And we get to ease the audience in with like the Foggy death and the reason for the disconnect with Karen. Do you guys think that like helped with just like the beginning of this series? Are you played out on the when
listening.
Is Matt gonna
gotta get up.
when is Matt gonna be Daredevil? What about you, Jeff?
I think they're doing it well in this series. I think, if it just jumped right back into, so that's the thing. I think Charlie Cox actually says it in an interview that like, if you're bringing the show back after this long, if you bring it back like it's just what it was and it's a continuation, it's going to be so bland that no one's really going to care. Some people will watch it, but you need it to make waves the way the first season actually did. And so the killing of Foggy immediately did a great job of that. Then I think
#KillSabine.
Hashtag Kill Sabine. And then, then the slow buildup of him becoming Daredevil again, I think is actually, I like it. And I think it's natural because of course he doesn't want to get back into that life that, let's be honest, if he wasn't Daredevil, Foggy would still be alive. Or even if he had stopped being Daredevil before season 3, Foggy would still be alive. So yeah, there's a lot of guilt, and it makes sense that he would have trouble putting, coming back to it. But at the same time, how do you walk around? Especially this episode's the perfect example of it, because look at how well he was able to come in, completely change everything and save everyone. And it was very, I don't want to say minimal effort, but he did it using his skills, but not as a superhero,
Yeah.
So it's he can't look away to.
Yeah, and to your point, I felt like when initially I realized where the season was going, I was kind of annoyed because I was like, we did this storyline already in the last season of Daredevil. But I do feel like this season is doing it better and like giving him more motivation to quit, and also a more seamless motivation to come back into it. And also, he's got the costume on, which I really appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank Glob. I'm gonna play this clip real quick just to set up the stakes of this episode.
1 minutes of courage, lads. Then we got 1.8 mil, and that fat bastard's off Luca's back. Everyone free! Hands in the air, you silly bastard!
Hold on a sec.
Hands in the air, you silly bastard!
Kirstyn, call 911.
Hands in the air, you silly bastard.
I like that.
I do love that New York is such an insane town that guys standing outside a bank with shotguns and assault rifles. People are like, man, where's like my favorite bagel shop?
Yeah, right. It's like, it's probably somebody filming a movie.
And yes, Othelius, we are saying Quinn Miller wrote these episodes. There's a ghostwriter for everybody out there.
The guy who wrote Leon the Professional said it had to be placed in New York because he said New York's the type of town where you can walk down the street naked and no one's going to look at you. So
yeah,
this is just more of that.
I think there was some like porn stars who did that. They like walked out with their titties out. They walked down like.
I wouldn't call myself a star, but I made it a good couple of blocks.
Okay, so I was right. Shit.
Yeah, let's talk about Kamala Khan's dad for a little bit because we do
Yusef.
Yusef Khan.
That's right.
What did you think of the cameo? Because I
Right,
personally,
Jeff.
I really love a lot of Miss Marvel. I think that the casting for Miss Marvel is superb, and like the family and Miss Marvel, the actress herself, her name escapes me at the moment, but just some of the best casting that Marvel.
Kamala.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, like I love that aspect of this universe, and I like that we're able to expand on a little bit more with this.
Yes.
What about you, Jeff?
First off, Iman Vellani. And second off, I agree with you. And I liked that they used Yusef and not Kamala or another powered individual. I like when they take a person from a series or a film that is a big part of it, but not the main character, and use them as kind of like the sprinkling in on it. I think it's just a smart way of doing it, and it doesn't take from Matt and Daredevil's story. It just adds to it. Whereas if you brought in Kamala, it would be like, trying to balance it, which is a lot harder.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the appeal. What was the appeal of Agent Coulson? He's a small character that you can just get to interweave into stuff. What did you think of this cameo with?
I was just checking something. What did I think?
Yeah, the cameo.
Dumb. What are you gonna do though? You gotta have these new kids introduced into this world somehow. I don't think that a Young Avengers makes sense to do as a. I think that's worse now. I don't think that TV. I mean, I don't think that the movies is where a Young Avengers show should be. I mean, Young Avengers property should be. I think it should be a television show. Agreed. And I think that putting them into this universe, kind of getting them talked about on this level of the Marvel universe, will make it easier for that show or that property to be more successful.
Yeah. I mean, I like the integration. Yeah. Like I like the idea of having just this little bit of the integration with the characters. Where if it's a bank teller, why can't it be Yusef Khan? Like it doesn't feel like it's too heavy-handed. And it makes it a little bit universe a little bit smaller.
It sure does, Alex. Thanks for saying so. Got a little bit of technical difficulties, but yeah, no, I agree with what Alex was saying. Probably should have paid attention more if I was going to say that I agree with it, huh? Well, damn. Oh, good, they're back.
Well, clearly, what I did was just listen to me. It was bad news bears. So
bad news bears. But yeah, let's get into like the plot of this episode a little bit, because
you say so.
We get this group of bank robbers who are robbing this bank, but they're specifically looking
on St. Patty's Day.
On St. Patty's Day,
because they're Irish.
Isn't that like kind of? This is like a racist ass episode, yeah.
I will say, I was thinking to myself, it actually is a smart idea to rob a bank on St. Patty's Day. Cops are traditionally very there's a very high Irish population, especially in towns like New York and Chicago. And towns like New York and Chicago do big things for St. Patty's Day. So it does, like hold up the roads. I mean, in Chicago, Jesus Christ, you wouldn't be able to walk down the street. It would actually be a really good idea. You know what?
Would a bank be open?
Forget I said that. Yes, it would. It is not a national holiday, but forget I said all that, and
so that's weird.
Be paying attention to like LA or something next St. Patty's Day. Okay. Yeah.
Oh man, that was Learn something out there, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's crazy because I would think that you gotta close down the bank on St. Patty's Day in Chicago. I'd have to close down. You got to close down the fucking Maxwell hot dog spot.
It's a matter of national security. Just
the Maxwell hot dog spot is making their entire year's worth of rent. That was a clear joke and misspoke because let me tell you something. Talk about riot of 2000, whatever that happens. Also, if you're in the Chicagoland area, it's Gene and Jude's. That's the hot dog you want. I know it's out of the city, but still, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay. All right.
Gene and Jude's. It's a $3 hot dog, and it's a Depression era hot dog, so it's not all the fixins, but it's most of them.
Sand in it,
and then they just fucking pile it high with French fries. It's insane.
The Depression era hot dog sounds like it's got sawdust and mostly bread.
What it means is there's no tomato on it, and they pile a fuck ton of French fries on there.
Okay.
So it fills you up.
All right, I'm not mad at that. Bunch of
it's like
spuds
$3 for one.
dogs, spuds and dogs. I'll just get some mashed potatoes and drop some beanie weenies in there, but I'm good now. Hot dog sounds good.
You are the resident culinary expert of the Drug Banthas podcast, so I'm willing to.
That's right. This man makes his own marshmallows, ladies and gentlemen.
They're super easy. You just need like 4 different types of sugar.
Yeah, no guarantee you what there's like 60 people watching on all platforms. Nobody can do that. None of them. Excuse me.
I made a dope beef noodle dish tonight. So fucking good. It was creamy. It was spicy. It was sweet. It was amazing.
Before you move on, the Scottish dude, the Irish guy who was the leader,
Devlin.
Mr. Green.
Yeah.
He got his ass whooped, boy. Let's tell you something. I want to be the rest of the guys in the bank because when he got up out of there, boy, he got his ass whooped.
Yeah. Okay. Pretends to give the diamond to Devlin as the police enters the bank. Devlin gives the parcel to an accomplice among the hostages who later realizes that she does not have the diamond. Devlin disguises himself as a police officer and leaves, but is caught and injured by Murdoch. And injured, like you said,
I was gonna say injured is a very kind way of describing.
Yeah, he is never gonna walk straight again for the rest of his life.
Ever. Jeff, go right ahead. Yeah.
So 2 things. One, how bad of a criminal are you to not open the bag and make sure the diamond's in there? 2, Matt ended up fucking him up, but that guy got way more hits. He got way more hits in than he should have. I think it's like in the comic, like Matt's clearly out of practice.
Yeah,
that's suspicious. That's weird.
And you give a good reason for that because when I was watching it, I was like, is this just the choreographer's way of making the fight scene a little bit more dynamic and having this guy get a couple of hits in that he doesn't deserve? But that would make more sense. He hasn't been in the game for a while. Thiele said in the chat, the double drop is goated. Go outside, slowly fade it to the more you know.
That's amazing.
Thiele also said that's white as shit I've ever heard. Just say, oh damn! Now what it was.
He was talking about the food. He was.
It reminded me of no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Thiele also said in the chat, it's so easy to make marshmallows, just use different types of sugar.
It reminded one of my favorite.
That was a quote.
One of my favorite comedians has a bit about the whitest thing he ever said, and he's like, I was talking about brand new white shit inside a really old white shit. I made a honky turducken.
A honky turducken is crazy.
Honky turducken was the name of my band in high school. That's crazy.
That's like Childish Gambino. You're just whatever the name generator says. That's what I'm using.
Yep. It was actually a country music band. So.
Honk eater ducking. Yeah, then later Murdoch secretly returns the diamond and accepts an offer to have dinner with Khan's family. So we might see a nice, yeah, might have a dinner with the Khan family.
I'm hoping we don't.
Same.
I think it was a great cameo. I think it was a great connection. Leave it. Don't.
You know what though?
I think that'd be.
I think it should happen. It should be an off-screen thing.
Yeah, that I agree with. But I mean, I feel like if they try to do it on screen, this is one of those great is the enemy of good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got good, stick with good.
Yeah. No.
Also, I think that there's going to be a cameo already.
Okay, like from another.
Oh yeah, I got a different cameo. Play my music.
Look.
It's not gonna be fast.
Oh, play my music.
There it goes. Perfect timing.
Right. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you know right now something you did never know before. We're gonna get. See, we've been getting these clips during the show of this like documentary thing that's being done, right? Like there's some kind of like BB documentary. What if that is the blonde girl from Jessica Jones? Jessica Jones' friend.
Oh,
yeah.
What if she's the one?
Not Wildcat.
Yeah, I think
Something cat.
something cat.
Hang on, I'll figure it out. You guys keep
Turn you up.
joking.
Just a little bit. Yeah, like honestly, I really like that actress and I liked her character on that show.
Yeah, so do I.
So it'd be cool to reintroduce her into the game.
Yeah, because there's somebody producing this about vigilantes. Who wants vigilantes to look better?
Hellcat.
Wait a minute, who?
Hellcat.
Hellcat.
That was her name?
Yeah,
That's
a regular girl without powers.
Yeah. Well, she
gets
did end up getting
powers.
powers.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But yeah. Like that's the character from the comic book's name.
But wait, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but don't we know who's filming? Isn't the person filming BB?
Yeah.
Who is? I never saw that.
It does like BB is definitely like the person who's doing this show, but it'd be interesting to see like maybe she has a producer.
Who is BB?
I think that's like her inside scoop.
That's what's it called?
Ben Ulrich's niece,
daughter or niece,
who the sad fat white guy who's obsessed with Fisk wants to bone, and she used him to interview Fisk and then gave him a bad review.
Right, yeah, baby Gandolfini's wish
she's the cute black girlfriend.
Yeah, I just don't remember them saying that she was the one doing
that's his name.
Yeah, baby Gandalf.
Yeah.
I thought there was like a little watermark in the bottom that said like BB.
Yeah, she's got her own little tag there. But it would be interesting, like not since you just mentioned that, and like she's also like prominent in the media world. It'd be interesting if she was like a producer for her show when we found out like the final.
She's the media queen.
That's something they would do.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's the media queen, so I think that we're gonna get a cameo of that. Jessica Jones, maybe even as well, just like you said, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage in the comic book series, based or loosely based off of this show. I mean, the season.
No.
Yeah.
This is a new series, technically. So you were correct there.
Technically, yeah, technically.
I think they should bring back all of the Defenders except Iron Fist. I think that'd be a really fun thing to see. Not Iron Fist,
unless Iron Fist is recast.
Yeah, I mean, like who knows? It might
apparently that was the issue. That was the issue. Was him.
That is what I heard. That he was a big.
Go check out our. We
really.
We interviewed the stunt choreographer, and everybody was giving him hell, talking shit. I believe we even talked shit about him on this show. And yeah, he was like, "No, yeah, that was all him." Danny, I think his name was Danny something. He didn't want to
Masterson.
Finn Jones. He didn't want to rehearse. He didn't want to rehearse any of the fight scenes, and
he didn't want to do his job. Got it.
Yeah, right.
Sure glad he's a millionaire.
And then on top of that, everything was being rushed, and he was saying that even if things hadn't been rushed, it would have been really bad.
Yeah,
because this dude wasn't trying, which you know,
is interesting because like outside of the show, he did try and really get in shape and took a decent amount of martial arts lessons.
That's what he said.
So it's so interesting. All right, well, I'm just going to assume it's true because then I think it's even funnier that he did his shit job because it's like, so you put in all that prep work and then you get there the day of and you're like, no, I did it. I'm done.
I'm done. I did all my work.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
I wrote my part of the group speech. I don't know why I have to speak that part of the group speech. That doesn't seem fair, guys.
I really did not like the Defenders, but Abelia says, please recast Iron Fist. I would not be mad with that. And I really dislike the Defenders, but the scenes that I like genuinely loved, like I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it because it felt like it was a completely different show where the scenes were Daredevil or Matt Murdock was in a scene with Jessica Jones and they were doing investigative shit. Like I was like, oh, this alcoholic private investigator and this very violent, wrapped with guilt Catholic Avenger
lawyer.
Like a lawyer. Like it's a perfect, it's like lamb and tuna fish. It goes together so well.
Well, and it was one of those things. One of the great parts about it is Matt holding his own the entire time against 3 people with superpowers. He can just hear really good.
Yeah. What do y'all think about? Well, we're kind of already there. What do y'all think about Muse supposedly being inhuman, but
I think you guys were right last episode. He's going to be a mutant in this series.
Yeah,
I don't see any other way around it.
Yeah, I think it will work better because it's more known. Even though like mutants, like we haven't had the X-Men in this MCU yet, and we have had the Inhumans. Don't nobody give a fuck about the Inhumans TV show that came out. So.
But in the Marvels, we ended with a cameo of a mutant.
That's true. Yeah, and we did get it.
Isn't Kamala a mutant in this? Not an Inhuman?
That's the first time we hear the X-Men music.
Yeah,
is that the last episode, end of the last episode of the show. Yeah.
And even if they wanted to be, even if they have the rights to the Inhumans, that show bombed so bad. I think they just want to be like, we don't know what you're talking about. Inhuman, that's a weird way to say X-Man.
Yeah, because at first Inhuman, it was definitely like their way of getting around that.
This guy pronounces mutant really weird.
Athea said in the chat, I thought Iron Fist and Luke Cage crossover was cool, to be honest. Yeah, I thought that was like it should have been a Heroes for Hire TV show from the jump. Luke Cage and Iron Fist. They did a great job of introducing Luke Cage and then Jessica Jones. Then you don't. That's all the setup you need. Then just put those guys together and have yourself a good time.
Especially because they have some of the funniest comics.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're
a funny duo. Because I don't know why Iron Fist is just so lackadaisical around Luke. It's just like, this big ass motherfucker around me. Who cares what's going on? Like he gonna take care of it.
Chill.
I'm gonna come up, knock him out after.
And yeah, also that's another thing. Like Danny Rand just didn't feel like Danny Rand in those shows. Like he just felt way too overly serious. Which
Danny Rand's always been kind of like Surfer Boy-esque, and in the show they just kind of made him dumb.
Yeah, he's like a guy you meet on Venice Beach who just like really wants to sell you some crystals. Like he's not like a.
But also, he does not have a GED.
Yeah, exactly.
Like somehow he went to juvenile,
which is extra upsetting because the power still looks cool.
Yeah, it was a cool effect and a lot of really good actors on it.
It's just,
but you know, it's just.
I dropped my bag. I dropped my bag. I'm sad. Yeah, no, it's just like we said. You just need to recast that guy.
Fifth Bantha said they are doing a soft lead into the mutants because we know there are mutants now, so they can keep it coming. Yeah, we got a little.
So they can just make you wait longer.
Yeah, I like the slow burn. Don't pull the trigger until you're ready. But
please don't make that mistake again.
Yes, yeah. Announcing Blade, but yeah, like it's
now announcing Don Knotts. No, I'm joking.
But yeah, we
that's for
little...
the people who are 36 and over.
Hello.
Yeah, we got little teases and like Doctor Strange 2 and like you mentioned in Marvels. So we're getting there. We're about to cross that mutant threshold.
Well, before I ask Big Dick Mitch which of these episodes ranked the highest on IMDb, I want to ask you, Alex, and also Jeff, and then he can see I'm doing TV now, so I'm gonna leave him in. But I want to ask you first, who do you think is gonna be? Where do you think our cameo is gonna come from? I obviously already said that I think it's gonna be a Jessica Jones-esque or smaller version that will have her best friend. Y'all already call her Mad Wolf. She wolf.
Bitch.
Yes,
she bitch.
She bitch. Mad Wolf. She bitch. That's what y'all said that name was. That's not what I called her. That's what y'all said. Yeah, who's yours, Alex?
I feel like we're probably not gonna get another big cameo for the rest of the season. I feel like or unless we get like the return of Punisher. I feel like he might come back at the end of the season.
I don't feel like that's a cameo because he started in this show and he was such a big part of season 1.
Agreed.
Yeah.
2, whatever season it was.
I agree with both your points there.
Yeah, cameo is like a loose term, but if we're talking about like guest stars from the MCU, like I feel like the most we'll get is Frank coming back at the end of the season. There's been reports like apparently Kirstyn Ritter posted a picture.
Hoping you were saying Kirsten Dunst.
Kristen Ritter, she posted a picture on Instagram of her in New York, and it's around the time they're filming season 2 of Daredevil. So we might not see her.
That was for Don't Trust a Bitch in Apartment 24. Sorry.
Oh man, don't threaten me with a good time. I'd love it if brought that show back. Disney Plus, let's make it happen. But yeah, I think that is when we'll get the bigger cameos. I think that this season's more just like dipping their toes in the water, reintegrating people and reintroducing people with the character of Daredevil. That's just me. I'd be fine if all we got was Frank and Yusuf.
Frank
Castle.
Castiglione.
Oh, jeez. Like I said, that's not a cameo. This nigga is a main character in the show, which is why they have the police with the Punisher stuff. That's like what's his name? Harry Osborn being a cameo in Spider-Man for me.
Right.
Now, if you'd have said like also, he's already been in it. He's already been in the show, so I wouldn't count him as another reason. But like I said, I already think that we're gonna get a cameo. We're gonna get a cameo.
Okay.
Kamala Khan's dad was so not forced, but unnecessary. Like we didn't have to have that.
He wasn't a big enough cameo to be the cameo.
Yeah,
exactly. And it didn't need to be there. So I think that there's some cameo that they actually have planned, like down the road. Now maybe it's Kamala, but I don't think so.
So who do you think it's gonna be?
I just said earlier, the blonde girl. See, I don't think it's gonna be a big cameo. It doesn't have to be this like whoa type thing. It doesn't even have to be a thing that really brings the idea that one of these shows could come back or something that could be a new spin-off property or anything like that. It's just that I think that we're gonna get a small but significant cameo, and if old blonde girl, she wolf, she bitch lady,
she bitch,
if she comes back, she already has like kind of a relationship with him in a certain kind of way because she was in the Defenders, right? And if you just kind of,
she was around.
Well, they had every one of the side characters from each one of the shows got their own little tidbits of moments.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that's the case, I'd rather it be Misty Knight.
Ooh,
I would like to see Colleen Wing or Misty Knight.
She got a way bigger dunk than she had before. They might not let her be on TV no more. Not for something like this, because
that's how you can tell I'm not running TV.
I would love to see Colleen Wing or Misty Knight come back.
I almost gave you the gemstones because it was just. I just need the music.
But yeah, like in this episode of Daredevil, episode 6, excessive force.
Wait. I have a question about episode 5.
What's that?
So you remember when Devlin is like, you gotta tell me a joke and you can have 10 more minutes?
Right.
What joke would you guys have told? You got to make him laugh.
It was a Scottish joke that it was about a goat fucker, but that's all I'm giving you.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
That is a good one.
What about you, Alex?
A guy walks into a doctor's office with a duck on his head. The doctor says, "What can I do for you?" The duck says, "Could you get this guy off my ass?"
Man, you got so many hostages killed.
Yeah. Yeah. That was I'm gonna give you this.
Mr. President. Thanks.
But that's
correct. Yeah.
Moving right along. Episode 6, excessive force. After the failed robbery, Luca visits Fisk and refuses to pay the $1.8 million to Victor. Fisk raises the amount to $2.8 million and gives Luca a week to pay it. Like so you could hear in that clip that we played earlier that the whole robbery.
Oh.
No, that the whole robbery was to pay back. Luke, I'm just gonna play the beginning of that clip.
20 minutes of courage, lads. Then we got 1.8 mil and that fat bastard's off Luca's back.
And then he was
A little bit of exposition there.
I'll be honest, I didn't even put those two together. So thank you very much for doing
that. It's like, you know what? That does make a lot of sense, actually. But Jeff,
sir, can
you tell us what you felt about this episode and also give us the rating for both of these episodes if you happen to have it? Of
course I do. Episode 5 was, and I agree with this, 8.2. I think that was a good rating. I think it was solid. There were a couple of things in the episode that I didn't like when he's cracking the lock, the CGI to show the inside of the vault. They went back to the bullshit CGI, which pissed me off. And then also like when Yusuf is like looking at the key and he's like, "Oh, there's a 4 on here." With Matt, if he could see a 4 with Matt's heightened senses, he would have felt the fucking 4, you know?
Yeah,
but I mean, like, yeah, but like again, so outside, I mean that, and there's a couple other things throughout the episode, but I think 8.2 is a good, well-deserved rating.
What about this one, episode 6?
8.9.
Okay,
and it's gone up since this afternoon.
And so, how did you feel about this one, episode 6?
I actually liked 5 better.
Ooh.
Now, 6 is a good episode.
Very unpopular decision.
The parts of 6 that I liked better than 5. But as an overall episode, I liked 5 better. This was still a great episode. I think an 8 is a fair rating for this episode. I don't know if I would have gone all the way up to 8.9, but I absolutely understand why it is. Because 1, Muse is fucking badass. 2, we get Matt back in the suit. And 3, we're finally getting some good fight scenes again. Although, again, they opened up the fight scene with bullshit CGI. What the fuck are we doing?
What is that about? What is that
we went
about?
Immediately into fantastic, amazing choreography. So I just don't get, and also like both with the last episode and this one, the CGI that they put in that was bullshit was so short. I find it very hard to believe you couldn't have invested the money and time into making it good.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the CGI. I think it's because Disney has money and Netflix don't have money, even though it's like a Marvel team. That whole situation is really weird. But I think that's the only thing I can point to, like the only thing that would make sense as to why they do that. Because yeah, like you said, that doesn't really make any sense. Let's keep it practical. Let's keep the stunt guys paid. You know, let's keep it looking good, because that's what made us love Daredevil, and the way they cut corners then in certain ways that were shot ways. Like, hey, let's just take Daredevil into this room and we just hear him whoop 16 people, and then we can see him almost dead when he comes out.
Such a fantastic directorial choice doing that. And then so like the opening fight, where he like twas out, like kapows out his fucking cane, and like the grappling part goes towards him. That was shit CGI.
Now you're talking nasty.
But then also there was two parts of shit CGI in this one. It was that, and then before, right after Matt puts on the suit and he's running along the roofs and he does a flip. You don't have a single fucking stunt guy that can just do a flip from a higher level to a smaller level,
or we
a
just
lower
don't
level.
do the flip. How about we just don't do the flip?
It was completely unnecessary. So again, I'm confused more than anything.
It does seem like in the new MCUification of Daredevil, they're trying to accentuate his acrobatic nature. We saw
Which
a little
I love.
bit. Yeah, I love that a lot. And we saw them do it in She-Hulk as well, where also there was just some rubbery CGI. But I don't know. I just like one of those characters that's really hard to depict in live action and make it.
They made Red Skull look so goddamn good. They should have been able to make what's her name, the Jewish girl, look better as She-Hulk.
Oh, Tatiana.
Oh yeah, I love Tatiana Maslany. She was
great in The Monkey.
I still think that she was great in The Monkey. I still think she was great in She-Hulk. Yeah,
I do too.
She wasn't. There was nothing wrong with her in She-Hulk. She kind of explained it in the end of her shittiest episode ever, shittiest ending to a series ever. She kind of explained it, or even if she didn't really explain it, you could tell why. And it's because like Kevin Feige ain't had nothing to do with this show. He basically gave them a bunch of rules and walked out the door, and and these motherfuckers ran out of money because they spent too much money on CGI. So they literally didn't have no CGI at the end of the movie. I mean, end of the show, because they couldn't do it, and they just put it off on us like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those shows I feel like they couldn't have succeeded, because I feel like it would have been a better show if they just like didn't have to lean on the CGI and just focus more on the comedy.
Should have been a movie.
New Girl-esque style of the
all side characters were amazing. Abomination, great. Wong was okay. Madison, fucking love Madison.
Madison
Mr.
MVP. No.
All
Mr.
of the
was great.
all of it was great. All of the characters were great, which is why it should have been a movie, not a TV show. But anyway, this is better suited as a TV show, in my opinion.
In this episode, just like to get back into the plot, Fisk learns that he learns from the city's sanitation department that Muse is using human blood in his street art, and then Fisk. Pretty dope ass mural. He's doing some Banksy shit out there in the streets of New York. But to deal with Muse, Fisk establishes an anti-vigilante task force with additional powers and recruits notorious police officers such as Powell and former detective Cole North. You guys might have
Mr. Mayor,
that
you
name
never
from earlier in Comic Book Corner.
Oh yeah. That's right.
I'm just gonna play this clip real quick.
Mr. Fisk, Mr. Mayor, I got all this polyamor on this they got a different polymers on the with the. I hit this thing with every chemical you can hit it with, you know. And you know, I'm gonna just tell you, I was on my lunch break and I think to myself, hey, what if it's blood on there?
What if it's blood on there?
So I get the
I thought
guy
that she was being kind of rude.
I'm like, you thought she was being rude?
Yeah, I
No,
wanted to
this
hear that
bitch ass nigga needs to shut the fuck up and say what the fuck is going on, nigga.
He can't do both.
You cannot fucking sit there and bury the lead on the fact that you got 600 gallons worth of fucking blood paint on a wall somewhere you can't get off. That should be what you lead with. You remember that mural we were talking about? It's blood. Now say all that other stuff that you got to say. And also, I didn't bring you in this room because you didn't say none of that shit to me. You in here now. Say what you said to me out there. That shit was funny to me.
Which 100 people's worth of blood, if we're going comic accurate, and it seems like we are.
Yeah, seems like we are.
Yeah, they said at least 60, but yeah, I think the number's gonna climb when they start doing their investigation.
Can we also agree the sanitation guy just way too comfortable with the amount of human blood on a wall?
Oh,
hey,
he was
it's blood.
Yeah, he was. That's what I'm saying. He's just too excited about them.
Hey, I'm in sanitation. I've seen worse. You know what I'm talking about?
Like,
This is Hell's Kitchen.
This is impressive. Let me just tell you, they got a guy who's using polyamers and polymers with got the paint, and it doesn't come off. I hit this thing with every chemical we got.
Everything I got.
I hit it with some things we ain't supposed to use anymore.
Guys, I think we can agree that guy alone, they captured New York.
Truer words were never spoken. And let's get a little clip of New York's finest. See Fisk gather up so all of this. Why are you being so mean? This is Daredevil boarding.
Fuck me, show.
Hey, everybody loves this show. We should show some clips for context.
This city is in a crisis. A serial killer is roaming our streets. He needs to be stopped. I want to be clear. I brought you here because of your skills, because of your ability to get results. This city is yours, and you're not going to let some mass criminals take it away from you.
So I don't know how, but this is making it worse.
Yeah, it is.
Ophelia is making a rule to play a cameo song drop every time someone does a cameo in movies.
Oh god!
So word up.
Word up. Yeah, I'm down for that rule.
Everybody say.
I'm in as long as every montage has the South Park montage song.
Montage.
Even Rocket had a montage.
That's the best thing that Trey Parker and Matt Stone have ever done is that montage song. Fifth Bantha said, "Not
what
the
about,
clip I needed."
What about Blame Canada?
That was pretty good. That's pretty
so
good.
Much so much more relevant today.
Do you think it's just that he watched that movie and didn't finish it? Do you think that's what's happening right now in the world?
Yes. I think it's part of it.
That's what happened with me in Team America. I never finished that movie, but I know that song montage.
Oh, you're talking about the dude.
The orange
Grinch.
I know. But, okay, so one of the guys that he pulls in, as we said, is Cole North. But here's the thing. Cole, while he does not like vigilantes, he's also very much a good cop. So I think that Cole's going to end up like in a situation where he ends up saving Daredevil.
See, I keep hearing. Well, you know what? I cannot speak. That sounds like a good, way to go with this if they do go that way. I keep seeing though this little comment here, like Ophelia said, "Did Kingpin always sound so goofy? Did Kingpin always sound so goofy? You mean in the TV show?"
I can't remember.
I will say yes. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin has always been weird to me.
Is weird.
From the like
don't believe us?
Now,
watch The Cell.
Don't believe us? Watch Men in Black.
No, like I've gotten used to his voice, like seeing this character now over
obviously
3.5. And again, I've gotten used to this character after seeing him after like 3.5 seasons. But like the first time I saw Vincent D'Onofrio play this character, knowing how he sounds like with his normal goddamn voice, it was so strange seeing him do this. Like, what is this choice? But it makes
his
sense
voice
for this
is
character.
too soft. His regular voice is too soft to play the Kingpin in that natural voice of his. No, I never had a problem with the way he did his voice because he's supposed to be that guy. He's supposed to be this dude. There's nothing about him you're supposed to like. Everything about him is supposed to make you uncomfortable. So
I'll say this: I I realized I'd never finished season 2 of The Punisher, so I was re-binging that today. And when I started rewatching it, I was just like, "It's a bold choice." John Barenthal went with that voice there. Bold choice, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah,
wait, I thought he uses that. Solid dodgeball reference. I thought he uses that voice in everything, right? It's like the voice he used for.
Are you just saying that's his voice?
No, that's not his voice. That's the weird thing about it. He always does this like gruff Southern accent for every character.
What do you mean? What is the matter to you?
I swear to God,
the bear, or he's in Walking Dead. He always sounds the same.
The biggest mistake they've made is anytime he's using that voice, not having him yell out "Martha."
That's funny.
He would have made a solid Batman. But yeah,
too short.
Well, now he's starring in a movie with Batman.
Oh yeah, he's in The Accountant 2, which I never saw the first Accountant.
Shout out to The Accountant.
It was good enough to warrant a
The
sequel.
Accountant 2. They're brothers.
The Accountant as well.
No, not
The Accountant also.
John Barenthal is like solid brother.
Another James Bond, Jason Bourne, whatever.
Yeah, no, we can make some original stuff, people.
I want a Jason Bourne movie where Ben Affleck is the John Barenthal to Ben Affleck in The Accountant 2, where he's just like,
"Sir,
hey, I'm in the sequel,
sir, sir,
I'm here."
I know Barenthal and Ben Affleck. He is no Ben Barenthal, nigga.
Last week I saw Opus, and that immediately made me think of Red because of Malkovich. And that made me think of Carl Urban and reminded me how I don't care the role, put him in it, and I am on board. He can play one of the ponies from My Little Pony. And guess what? I'm going to start. I'm going to be a brony.
Oh, you said Carl Urban?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. Oh man, he can do no wrong.
Carl Urban. Except
he has that show Almost
domestic
Human.
Violence
that was very short-lived.
Almost Human. Wrong. Wait, Almost Human. Oh, was that the robot show?
Yeah.
What was the show with the vampire, the werewolf, and the ghost?
That's Human? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I think that is Being Human.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like a Chronicles of Narnia.
But I mean, going back to Red, he was amazing in it. But the problem is, he was acting against the best actors.
Yeah, I forgot that he was even in that movie because there were like 6 A-list legendary actors in that movie.
In a comic book movie before the MCU.
Yeah, that movie should have never been made, and they definitely should have made a sequel. It's crazy.
Right.
But we saw that Fisk is handling Muse in his own way.
Daredevil.
But later on, we see that Murdoch is dealing with Muse in his own way. Angela believes that Ayala was investigating Muse before his death. And
which, real quick, one thing, when she like walks in and she's like trying to talk to him, he's like, 11:41. Shouldn't you be in third period? How does he know the exact minute?
Because he's clocking the ticks on the clock on the wall with his ears.
This isn't Dr. Stone.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
He's got super sensing powers, not super counting powers. It's not Dr. Stone. Great anime.
Fair enough. But not I think that was just like the writers maybe getting a little too cute with his awareness.
Oh, you think they're cute now?
Yeah, they're cute.
Just a
but
little cute. They're just cute.
But
I'm just getting ready for our next show.
Sure sounds like it.
When Murdoch refuses to assist Angela with her investigation of Muse, she goes herself and is abducted by Muse.
That stupid bitch.
Alerted to her disappearance, Murdoch finally decides to suit up as Daredevil, and I love that he said "fuck it" right before he just suits up.
Right.
Let's play this clip of Muse and Daredevil getting into it.
Now I saw a meme. I saw a meme where he's like doing the
Yeah.
And he was yelling Martha?
The caption said, "Do you think Muse was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck's wrong with this dude?"
Well, I
Like,
mean,
a lot
it
of shit's
makes
been building up for this guy.
It makes absolute sense why he did it. It's echolocation.
I didn't want to know exactly where I am.
He saw the entire room.
I was about to say, you can see every goddamn thing. You can see half of fucking New York City with fucking what he just did. That shit was so weird. But I was just like, damn, that's so fucking funny because Muse does fall back into a table and then just this dude starts losing his shit right in front of him. I was like, I didn't even think about it that way, but this dude just come out of nowhere, whooping my ass, and then start yelling in my lair. It's my secret lair. You know, mess
Keep
everything
your
up.
voice down.
With when he yelled,
Keep your voice down.
and with when he yelled, it's like, did you think this was your? This is my shit. Did you think it was yours?
You broke my glass. No, I did love this moment just because like it just further emphasizes what I was saying before. Like Matt in my head growing up is like a more polite adult version of Peter Parker. And this is not that Matt Murdock, but he's just so raw and like he's ready to go. Like it's like I haven't done this shit in so long. Woo tang! Like he's ready to get into it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That-
He's got mad Wu-Tang energy.
That's the writing I need. I need him to yell out. Wu-
I would love to Matt screen that Wu-Tang.
Luke Cage.
Hey, there's connection there.
Luke Cage is from Harlem, though.
Athelius
Wasn't Method Man in
did he
it?
get a chance to fight back?
Method Man is from, well, see, like he's weird, but they're all from Staten Island,
right? Yeah.
kind of. Well, because like some of them are from the
No.
Bronx.
I
but moved
mean,
over to
wasn't
Staten Island.
Method Man in the Luke Cage?
Oh
show?
yeah.
Oh yeah, he wrote. He actually had that song that was really dope. I was listening to that.
Played
like, all
himself. That is
year.
right. That
One
is
of
right. He
one
played
of the
himself.
best lines in that entire series. No man, it's you. That was dope.
Yeah,
That was so
it
good.
like, it's you. No man, it's you. Like yeah, that was really cool.
That was awesome.
Yep.
I had my problems with that show, but they had some really fun.
You
moments, like,
have problems. That's what you have.
I mean, that's
Don't even want to hear no blaspheming on Luke.
This episode of the Drunk Banthas is brought to you by Pepper
Oh.
Matt finds Muse's lair. Matt finds Muse's lair and rescues Angela, but Muse gets away. Meanwhile, Fisk gives Adam an axe and challenges him to a fight in which Fisk beats him and drags him back to his cell. And I do just want to like play this clip, just like shows the juxtaposition between Matt and Fisk, like they're fighting, and like it's just really dramatic. Like it's a really cool moment.
Liz, thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
So you see the symmetry there, like.
I need to outlive you just so I can carve that on your goddamn tombstone.
Our nips just touched on my tombstone.
And on the back of your tombstone, mine are so hard.
Mine are so
mine are different sizes.
Mine are so hard.
That's what I want on the back. Mine are different sizes.
You don't get what you want.
No, yeah, you don't get you've been getting what you want all this time. That's what he's saying.
Despite you. But yeah, like I did think that was like a really crazy I do think that was a crazy scene because it pretty much implies that that's where he's been getting these scars. He just goes and whips this dude's ass every so often.
You know how I got these scars.
So, you know how I got these scars. Do you think that this is just like like with the juxtaposition between
scars,
Fisk and Matt? Do you think that like now we're gonna see Fisk totally unleash in a gangster way in the next few episodes, Jeff?
Yeah, but I mean, I think we all knew that from the second Luca was there trying to step up and be big man. Between that and so I think it's a combination of two things. I think it's Luca pushing back, and I think it's on the politics side, all of the people being like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I got money. You're going to listen to me. And I think pretty soon they're going to have a bad day.
Oh, Jeff, go ahead and read that comment underneath your face.
I pray to Allah, Rastafari, Black Jesus, and Ogun to have the ancestors haunt Alex for playing that clip. Ophelius, I would like to convert and give all of my prayers to this in hopes that we strengthen
Please. Thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Jeff? What were you saying?
So when I have that nervous breakdown and they submit me to the psych ward, can you just like show them this podcast? I mean, that just be save everyone some time.
Save us all some time.
We have so many documented trauma right here.
It's gonna be so hard when I marry her.
Christine Milioti.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still love her, but it's you've hurt our love. You fractured.
He's gonna be like,
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
The only thing I want in her vow is to never play that clip.
Exactly. Like, first of all, never ever play any of your clips from 30 Rock. That's just, I don't ever want to see it.
No, when you marry her, me and her are gonna become best friends, and then we're gonna plan a prank on April Fool's Day one day.
I'm gonna invite you to my bachelor party so I can frame you for a murder.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. President, thanks.
I think that's a good time as any to move on to our next topic. Guys, let us know what you thought of these two episodes of Daredevil. We got an embarrassment of riches from the Man Without
Real
Fear.
quick with Daredevil. The cameo that I would love to have, but there's no chance, would be Spidey. But I think the cameo we're gonna get is actually a different superhero who we haven't seen on screen yet, named Blind Spot, who he and Daredevil and Muse have a very fucked up history.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I think that would be a lot to cram into this season.
We only got 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
So I think what they'll probably do is just like you'll just see his alter ego.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna go on with this. The first, what you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it. We, maybe Jeff will want to talk. You haven't done we didn't do Muse yet, so
sorry. Go pick up a comic if you want to get spoiled on what may happen in the next couple of episodes. If you want to know what he's talking about, but that's solid, man. I would like to see a Blind Spot story arc.
Jeff, you can read this one right here as Alex gets ready.
Nope, sure can't.
As Minister Terry, this nigga has lost his composure. Send for the fruits of Islam to seize Alex henceforth. I don't know why you couldn't read that.
Morgan said, when I marry Tina Fey, I'll let you know if it's true.
Okay, y'all gotta relax.
Fun fact: it's gonna be a double wedding. we're getting the band back together.
It's gonna be really hard to get these interviews with y'all. When y'all keep imaginary marrying these bitches.
They don't say yes until they see the restraining order.
I just have to know that he will be 16 digital miles away from me.
16 but I guess it's time to get on to our last topic of the night. Let's talk about those crazy Christians.
Mama
on
said
HBO.
not to. I did it anyway.
Misbehaving. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the It's time to talk about the Righteous Gemstones.
Told me not to. I did it anyway. Misbehaving.
Yeah, love that song. Love this show. It's been.
Now, can you just do me a quick favor? Just go ahead and show like the opening, like 10 seconds of this episode, if you would. Just go ahead just go ahead and put that right up on YouTube for me. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play it real quick.
Yep.
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sec.
I'm doing this myself, aren't I?
Yes! Thank you! Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
Yep.
I can't even be mad. That's my fault.
I was trying to stop it. I was trying to stop it.
Yep.
See, now, this is what you did now. See, I was trying to stop it now.
Yep, that's fair. Mm-hmm.
See here,
sure got me there.
How you like that? He said, how you like that, Eli?
Uncle Baby Billy is a goddamn fool. But like, Jeff,
you got some man, you swimming in the same pool, some big dick pole, motherfucker. Oh man, god damn it. Oh, shit.
Vic, what was your initial thoughts on this episode?
Oh shit.
Mitch,
oh my god, it was I was really confused. It was great. I mean, the entire show is just fucking brilliant. They do a really good, you know what it is? It's like with when they made Talladega Nights. One of the things Will Ferrell was saying was, you know, like we have comedies making fun of every sport in America, but not the one that like is like surprisingly like the biggest. So it's so yeah, you know, doing a joke satirizing, you know, mega church pastors is shockingly every episode is just fucking hilarious. And this one right there with all the rest of them. It also does a good job of moving the story forward. It gives us some contention points, and man, they just have no qualms about showing cock.
Yeah.
Yep. All of it.
Yeah, I think that like there's like maybe some sort of contract that they had where they had to show as many dicks in this season of television as HBO has shown breasts throughout like the entirety.
I gotta say, the level of confidence Uncle Baby Billy has, because it's painful enough when you wipe out water skiing wearing swimming trunks. That's a man.
That's like one of the first things you said when we were
said, what the fuck Uncle Baby Billy bullshit? I said, what the fuck is Walton doing? Walton is going to land.
I believe the term is airing it out.
Dude, I looked hard at his face to see, is this really him?
Yeah,
I'll say this:
like
there's no trivia. I was like, someone needs to tell me. I need to know.
Yeah, and it looks and sounds like it was really him.
Knowing this show and knowing him,
I don't think anybody would purposely have a weird looking dick like that.
The term is stunt cock.
Stunt cock. Yeah, I don't know if a stunt cock would come in that type of situation. But if it did, it's the best stunt cock CGI and stunt face CGI stuff that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Then deep fakes is getting out of hand.
Deep fakes is getting out of hand. Hashtag deep fakes is getting out of hand.
Fifth Bantha said, Goggins said if his dick isn't a character in the show, he ain't playing. Yeah, and
he said
his dick
Mama
is getting
told me
hand.
not to. I did it anyway. Misbehaving. Told me don't go skiing with my dick out. I said it. I said I'm misbehaving.
You know, at the end of in every Avengers movie, it says and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Like I feel like Walton Goggins' dick is going to be the and on this season, where it's just and Walton Goggins' dick
as Walton Goggins'
Uncle
dick.
Baby Billy's dick. He's getting a lot of play.
It was a while ago. It was obviously it was so fucking funny, but there was a commercial a while back just featuring Kevin Bacon talking about how with Full Frontal, we need more cocks. And I think he called it hanging the bacon. And he's talking about the movies where you see him naked. And the funniest part is he was doing a movie called Free the Bacon is what it was. And it was there was a show he was doing called The Following, and he was like, and you know what? This is really hard to talk about, but The Following just got canceled. You know what wasn't in The Following? The bacon. And at the end of it, he's sitting in an actor's chair, and they just zoom out, and he's just in normal clothes, like a leather jacket, a shirt, and jeans, and his cock's just hanging out, and it has to be blurred.
Oh man, let me tell you something. We have said cock enough. This is definitely getting limited ads.
Do they not like farmlands?
They're on here anyway. Do they? Are they not American?
Luckily, I do not have a clip of Walton Goggins at the beginning of this episode.
Do you want to use one of mine?
One of mine.
I got a lot of pictures. My screensaver here. At the beginning of this episode,
profile pic on Facebook.
Other than the Walton Goggins buffoonery, Jesse, Judy,
all my
Kevin,
dating apps,
and Jesse, Judy, Kelvin, and Baby Billy wage war on Eli and Lori's romance and seek to sabotage the relationship. Cliche children's movie plotting is right in the siblings' wheelhouse. I do want to just say this quote that I saw from the AV Club when they were describing Danny McBride's directing in this episode. He says, it's Matt Shimalkowitz from the AV Club says McBride consistently frames the kids like they're the streetwear Looney Tunes posing for a t-shirt. They're always slouching against walls, throwing a foot up, and posing for a camera that doesn't exist. It's how they turned this vacation episode into a parent trap with the kids thinking they're junior and problem child 2, so they can return to the status quo as being as miserable as Judy. I thought that was a pretty on the nose quote.
Thorough and accurate description.
Yeah, I was surprised. It kind of made me think about the show in a different way. I mean, the episode in a different way, because McBride continues to be in his directing bag. He's directing the shit out of these episodes, but it that quote kind of made me think about the intention of just framing the characters the way he has, and just the composition of everything. What did you think of just the way that this was shot, Jeff?
I mean, that's such great points that I had not thought of, but they're accurate, because you get that feeling the entire time. You're obviously you get the feeling of they're being so fucking childish, but also just something so off about them. The entire episode, you can tell that they're being very performative, and we as the audience know why, but the other characters in the show don't necessarily know why. But there's also other things in this episode that I feel are similar to that. One thing that I caught was, so we obviously open with Uncle Baby Billy water skiing naked. But I don't know if you realize, but later on, the next scene we see him where he's just wearing that Hawaiian shirt, his Hawaiian shirt's naked men surfing and diving into the water. So like little thing, and I'm sure there's so many more I missed because I was just moving through it too quickly. But I mean, like little things like that are kind of just sprinkled throughout the series in general. But I feel like especially this episode.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel the same way. I was like, this episode is just uncanny, unhinged family behavior with these people, but they are always able to tie it in to some of the story. But basically, this episode was just insanity taking place nonstop, and it just gradually builds itself up. Which is amazing.
Yeah, it was one of the funnier episodes, and like,
well, also to your point about the directing, Danny McBride directed the hell out of this episode, and this show has been getting directed so well, even when it's not him. The shots that they're doing, directors of photography, whoever that is doing an amazing job. They're getting, or at least showing, that they're way better than they were 15, 20 years ago. Like the first episode we got was like a whole different television show, right? We had action sequences and all kind of shit. So dramatic scenes, and, so I given this one a 8.5. I'm giving this one an 8.5.
Okay, solid. Yeah, and Danny McBride, he directed the first episode and this episode. You can see how they're both very stylish and very like uniquely composed, but very different. And you can see the intention in all of the directing. But what else? What
Ophelia said? Oh, you want to read this one, Jeff?
Nope.
Ophelia. I have the other computer over here, so if y'all are like, what in the fuck is Bill doing? I have to read. For some reason, this computer is like teeny tiny words, so I have to read it over here. But Ophelia said, nigga, the fucking poster behind Alex is why y'all getting limited ads. It ain't got nothing to do with people in the chat saying, nigga. No.
Well, if it's not affecting our ads, I guess I can.
This one right here, see, it said you might think that's getting our ads messed up, but it really isn't. You see,
clearly Ophelius has never bartended and is not familiar with a jigger.
Yeah, it's only like a piece of the word, one. And two, some reason they don't care about that one for some reason. It's actually weird.
Weirdly,
because art.
Yeah,
the more you know.
Movie's rated PG. But
available on YouTube.
At the top of this episode, when the family arrives at the lake house, Jesse yells for Pontius to help with the bags as Judy disregards BJ's reasonable concerns.
What did you say? He called to who?
Pontius.
Oh, Pontius.
Yeah,
sorry.
Pontius. Like in the Bible.
Like Pontius Pilate.
Yeah, whatever.
Who? Still not a good guy.
Nope. Which he does play it real. So he plays the role well, Pontius.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Jesse, he yells for Pontius to help with the bags as Judy disregards
Fucking do something.
BJ's reasonable concerns about the property's lack of accessibility for her differently abled spouse. Now, we see this being like a kind of a problem between them throughout the episode.
Yeah. Motherfucker called them wheels.
Yeah, we don't. You don't really expect.
It's a really good X-Men callback.
You want to know what's really funny about that to me, and maybe no one else is even aware that this happened.
Burger King
but there was a Texas, or I think it's a Texas Congresswoman representative who was talking about the governor of Texas. I guess he had an accident. He's in a wheelchair right now.
Yep.
And she called him.
No. He's in a wheelchair forever.
Okay, so yeah, he's in a wheelchair forever, and she called him Governor Hot Wheels.
Damn.
But what's awesome about that to me,
fucking hilarious.
He's a terrible person, but
Okay.
but what was funny about it was funny to me about that is that this episode he calls him Wheels. Danny McBride calls BJ Wheels. Dude, that shit was 3 letters away from being Hot Wheels. And dude, that fact that it got that close was fucking amazing.
Which she also says that it was because she said, because he's out, like, it's something like, she's like, no, it's because he's out here wheeling. What are you guys talking about? And it's like, oh, yeah, man, you might be telling the truth, but
he was busing because he was busing immigrants.
He's being a terrible human being.
And aside from the kids, everyone has come
First
to accept.
victim of the happening.
Aside from the kids, everyone has come to accept and even support Eli and Lori's relationship. Even Corey has humbly apologized to the Gemstones for his outburst the week prior.
You think so?
Well, he did say the words, but
okay.
I do think that there's something about Sean William Scott's performance, his dry performance, that alludes that he's not being completely sincere. And which, even Amber's sorry, I want to hear what you have to say in a second, but even Amber's little monologue about how bad guys in Lifetime movies are, like usually against characters like Eli Gemstone in this story, like it makes it seem like that's sort of a little foreshadowing that Sean William Scott is got some nefarious intentions. But Big Dick Mitch, what were you about to say?
I'm loving Sean William Scott in this show so far. So they made a TV version. They made a TV version of.
Oh shit! I thought you had those little people from Common Side Effects in your apartment.
No, luckily no. They made a TV version of the movie Lethal Weapon, and the guy that played Riggs got killed off.
Oh yeah,
he was
real
not good on set.
Yes.
So the last season they tried to keep going without Riggs, and they brought in Sean William Scott. And I'll say this: while the quality of the show definitely went down without Riggs, Sean William Scott did a fucking amazing job. He played his character so well. He was hilarious. He did a lot of action, and like there were parts where there was some serious fucking emotion. I am all here for Sean William Scott to be in things again. I think he's a great actor, and I'm just very happy that he's got a chance to show it.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is just that American Pie money starting to run out. I guarantee you he got a divorce. Now you seeing him out here more in the last 10, 12 years. You seeing him more out here. But yeah, because he was on that with Damon Wayans. That dude, the other dude, the first guy, he was a crazy ass motherfucker, or is, and I don't think he's done anything in a very long time. And also, I feel like they should have just recast him with Sean William Scott instead of killing him off. Just people are just fine with waking up the next season and he's just a different person.
Yeah, Don Cheadle doesn't look anything like Terrence Howard.
I mean,
we all moved along just fine.
Yeah, it's me. Who was you expecting? Somebody else? And then just keep it.
He got divorced the last year.
Boom.
There you go.
I always know, man. I always know when you start seeing actors popping back up and shit. It's like,
damn. I mean, Sean William Scott. Sean William Scott, or what was his name? Wow, he's not even top 3 on IMDb. Sean William Scott or Clayne Crawford. I mean, they both white. They both Ben Affleck.
Exactly.
That's amazing though. You can get some work being white and Ben Affleck. You get some good work.
You could get some good work. You should definitely check out his interview on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast Inside of You.
Who he? We just named
Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. He was on Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, and he talks about filming this season of Righteous Gemstones.
I hate the name of his podcast.
Rosie does some amazing. I bought something from his podcast, which was really funny because it showed up in a black bag and just said "inside of you," and it was delivered to my apartment complex's office.
That's great.
But I'll tell you what, he does a really great job. If you're looking for a good interview podcast, definitely check it out. He gets some like really deep.
Yeah, it's a rad podcast.
Deep inside of you.
Very emotional podcast. Like I cried during the Kevin Conroy episode. Like that shit gets really deep. It's very
dude. The Alan Richardson one. Fuck.
I didn't see that one. I don't really know anything about that guy, except that he's like fucking.
That's not good enough.
He tried to unalive himself at one point. Talks about it. Stephen Amell, his second appearance on there, has a panic attack halfway through the podcast, leaves and comes back.
Damn.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
I had to step out. I have to step away.
But gemstones.
But gemstones, yes. Fuck, we just went off on a tangent.
So Sean William Scott and
boy.
And so I don't think he is going to be the villain in this. I think he is supportive. I think he's coming around. And every part of that is because I really like him and I want him to be a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Y'all ready for the real?
I want to see him. Sorry,
go ahead.
I want to see him bust out the wackadoo villain performance in the last couple episodes.
That's weird. I don't even know
where his character just like flips and he just like does.
He goes
like
crazy.
Like he can do some good crazy.
You say? Are you saying you want him to go all no fun and all work and no play makes Homer go something? Is that what you're saying?
Crazy?
Yeah, I want to see that performance from him because I don't think that you cast somebody like him.
I don't think he's the one we're getting it from.
Well, I personally don't think that like if you're gonna cast Sean William Scott, you don't just have him play like the shucks
the straight
guy
man
throughout the way. And we've seen like little bursts of his, and maybe this is just like all a red herring, and like it's making us think that he could be the villain, and they're gonna
from a pup named Scooby Doo.
Yes, red herring.
Let me know when you're ready.
But I just feel like he is
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Still gonna be the villain. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just tell you, man. Hit the button. This is some serious shit I'm about to hit you with right now. I believe that in episode 2, we saw a scene, the cold open was a scene with Kelvin being chased or scared and found by a burglar or a vandal that entered the gemstone home.
True.
I believe that vandal was Stifler.
Me too.
How funny would it be if it was Jason Long? Justin Long? Not Justin Long.
Jason Biggs?
Thank you. How funny would it be if it was Jason Biggs?
That'd be great. What if it was Eugene Levy?
Oh, Jesus. What if it was the black dude? No, I'm joking. It wasn't.
Bring back Shannon Elizabeth. I'd be happy with that.
No, but it's clearly Sean William Scott, and I think he is basically gonna. I bet they probably never knew who it was.
Yeah,
and now he's here, and he's gonna end up fucking some shit up. Basically, giving you your moment, like you said, of him flippadasical. What the fuck did you say, nigga? That was weird shit that you said earlier. But yeah,
Phil Mage said in the chat, but the Bible was stolen when they were kids. Yeah,
probably
so
by his dad, and then his dad recently died, so he revealed it in the will.
Well, I can't remember. You know, that could be it. But I can't remember the year. I think it was like 2004 or 2000.
It was in the early 2000s.
And I was like, I mean, well, yeah, it's like, and I was like, what? American Pie came out in what, 2001? He was old enough to be like if you're seeing the bottom of his legs, he could seem like a grown ass person. Like I don't see it out of the realm of possibility that was Sean William Scott in that flashback. Like I think he was old enough to be that guy who was robbing the.
Yeah, they were all old. He's around Jesse's age or a little younger than Jesse.
Right. Kelvin's the only one who's young enough to be like a little boy in that situation.
So there you go.
Not Billy. He's a baby.
Now, go on now. I've always been the baby.
Billy's always been a baby.
I got this man.
Speaking of which, I do want to play this clip of Uncle Baby Billy and just like one of my new favorite characters on this
the
show.
nanny.
Yes, the nanny.
What the fuck is Sola?
She's changing.
What's she changing for? Ain't nobody give a fuck what she's wearing. Sola!
There she is.
I got dressed. You been gone this whole time, and that's the outfit you decided to put on?
All right, real quick, play it again, but at the very beginning, take notice of Billy's shirt.
Okay. What the fuck is Sola?
She's changing.
What's she changing for? Ain't nobody give a fuck what she's wearing. Sola!
There she is.
I got dressed.
Those are naked people diving.
Naked
Only men.
Naked men.
That is crazy.
That's men stuff, man.
I love Sola because she's such a mystery and she seems so like focused and like calculated and what you call it? I don't know, disciplined or whatever. You know, like she seems like a fucking ninja.
He's mad at her for actually being good at her job.
Yeah.
She's actually fantastic at her job, and that seems to upset him.
She's at the best good. I mean, at worst, she's like good at her job.
Right.
Like if you might have some complaints with her, but Jesus Christ,
she's perfect.
She's
you don't even have to hire a bodyguard.
Defending your household from she doesn't know what.
And what's her name?
Oh damn.
Vicky.
No, Auntie. Damn. What's his wife's name?
I don't know. I keep trying not to say her real name.
She's
her real
like
name's like
three
Ashley.
things.
She's really good. She's so funny.
She has a comedic timing that is amazing. She is. Well, we follow her on Drunk Banthas.
I'll find it. Tiffany Freeman.
Tiffany Freeman.
Tiffany.
Her name is Valen Hall.
Yeah, see, I knew it started with a V, and I was trying not to say that because I was like, no, that's not right. But yeah, she's killing it in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
She gets very little to say or little to do, but anytime you see her in a scene, especially when she's not getting a lot of saying, like she might not get nothing to say. If you just look at her when she's in the shot, she's doing something that makes this character more of what you hear when she actually gets dialogue.
Did you guys ever watch the bloopers for Parks and Rec?
Oops. No, I never did.
There's one where like Leslie's trying to give everyone jobs, and Chris Pratt's character Andy is just like, and it's just so funny that she breaks character and they have to redo the scene. That's why it's one of the bloopers. That's like Tiffany, but they make them into the episode. She's like in the background, like chasing a butterfly that's not there, and it's the funniest fucking thing ever.
Yes, that is basically what we're talking about here. Yes.
They also do a lot of like interesting things with like BJ in the background of this episode because he's just like so uninvolved of what's going on. And I do want to actually bring that up because, you know, at some points, you know, like the kids are trying to drive a wedge between Ellie and Lori. That like this whole trip is basically a ruse so they can drive them apart.
A ruse,
but a ruse.
Calm down, Sterling.
And 10 comedy points. Judy uses her superpowers and herself as a honeypot to expose Lori's true intentions.
A honeypot.
So she
I once ran into a honeypot.
I would
in
have
her
loved
words,
if they made her character a character on Archer. That would have worked so well.
Yeah.
Oh man, Edie Patterson would be fucking amazing. But as Edie is trying to
done with this stupid Archer impersonation.
As Judy is trying to flick Lori's bean, Lori tells her that she sees that she has been going through a lot with BJ's injury. That she's
terrible name.
She's afraid. Wait, what?
BJ. I just hate every time you say BJ. I'm like, blowjob. This fucking it's just BJ, and all my whole life growing up, getting the BJ.
It's very intentional, I'm sure. Like,
it was much more excitable, when we were younger.
I'm sorry. I wasn't saying that to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, but Lori points out that Judy is acting out because she's afraid that BJ will never walk again. And according to Lori, this is exactly how Judy acted when her mother died.
But that's because Lori's not around all the time, so she doesn't realize this is how she acted when her mom died. Of course, this is also how she acted when she didn't get the Barbie doll at Toys R Us. This is also how she reacted when they didn't have chicken fingers at the Chili's when they went. This is also why this is how she reacted when she found out that the Captain D's was closed on Sundays. This is just how she reacts to everything.
How she acts, yeah. This is to be fair, this is just how
shit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to do it without me being ready. You gotta have his hand on the trigger.
Sorry.
To be fair.
Well, to be fair.
She hasn't been around to see Judy act like this all the time. But maybe this is just like the height of her reaction to.
No, she's reacted 10 times worse to things that we've seen in this 4 seasons.
Yeah.
We've seen her act way crazier about smaller stuff. That's
old, current and younger Judy. We've seen both of them be way fucking insaner.
Absolutely. Young Judy lost her whole goddamn mind.
Man, I gotta rewatch season 2. But I thought this was a kind of a touching moment, but also it could allude to some things that may be I don't know, like we mentioned, Corey. It seems like he might be a red herring, or he might be the villain of this season, but we get sort of a hint that maybe Lori is only dating Eli for his money,
which I think it makes more sense for her to be the red herring because they're making it kind of obvious.
Yeah, and I mean, both of them are very obvious.
She was very smiley during that 69.
Although, I think that was because she was like, this is what y'all kids, this is what y'all deserve. This is what y'all need.
Or
because you came in here to fuck up my shit, but then you end up fucking your own shit up.
Or you know what? Occam's razor, the most obvious answer. She had. That was just her O face.
Yeah. That's probably
a very contained O face.
She was done. Mm-hmm. They walked in. She was like, "You're just in time."
They call that completion.
I'm just glad she didn't walk up with nothing on her face. Come up with nothing on her face. Because then I'd have been like, "Yo!"
I don't know. I think what they did with Eli was even funnier, though.
Yeah, I was going to say they got the next best thing with cum stains.
Daddy, you got
also
he pulled
pubes. He pulled
Yes!
out his teeth.
And
He's like,
and
I
the
miss
best
your,
part
I
is
miss
that no
your
one
mama.
addressed that.
Yeah, it's like right
I
after
miss
he said
your
he missed your mom, right?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
started picking pubes on his teeth.
Hey man, you got to pull them out when you feel them, because you know they might not get back to the front. They might go back to the back again, and you be like, so
You know, yeah, you're really not supposed to use an off-brand floss. That's true.
I do think that like it would be interesting if Corey and Lori, I just realized their names are Corey and Lori. It's very rhymey. But I think that it would be interesting if those characters like were actually working together.
Oh yeah.
No, their mother and son.
Or are they?
Yeah, they may be or they may not be.
Tommy boy shit.
But oh yeah, shit, Rob Lowe. It would be interesting.
Rolo.
It would be interesting if like they've been colluding this whole time to pull the rug out underneath the gemstones.
You still said it wrong. I mean, but I feel let's get there, baby. We here. We here.
We were picking up what you were putting down.
Exactly. The big rug.
Yes, pulling the big rug. If they, what was I saying? Yeah, like
it'd be interesting if they were in cahoots.
If they were in cahoots together and they were related to the guy who Bradley Cooper killed in the first episode.
Maybe they not pulling the rug. Maybe that's always been the case.
I mean, well, they're pulling that rug out from underneath them because they didn't know.
Oh, hey Laura, how you doing? We're talking Righteous Gemstones right now.
Oh snap, Laura!
Hey, Laura? Welcome back.
What up, though?
But yeah, I think
welcome back.
I think that would be a way to tie in the prelude into what's going on in this storyline and the stealing of the book and everything. Like I feel like that would tie.
It's so weird because they do this show. Sorry, Jeff. They do this show so many different ways and how they connect things. There's usually this build up, just like we just had in one main storyline, and then they move on to what the real storyline is. They have this like type of family conflict that kind of brings them together, that then causes them to have these other individual existential crises. But
yeah,
crisis aside.
Yeah, to your point, yeah, like they are always these mystery storylines that are going on, and it's like the subplot and like the foundation are just like these family situations,
which is the only reason we get to talk about them, because otherwise we're just sitting here talking about this part was funny, that part was funny. Jeff, go ahead.
Well, so the interesting thing is you would assume that their ancestor is Bradley Cooper. But since, you know, he actually was Eli Gemstone. But I think it makes more sense if they are relatives of the priest he killed, because remember, Cooper left the note saying, "This man's name is Eli Gemstone. He tried to kill me, da 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 da." And it would also make sense because then, like, they're grifters, you know? Right. And so before our current iteration of Eli kind of, you know, hit it big, they were just, you know, trying to run cons and make the quick buck. So I think
that's my new.
They're the relative of the dead dude.
Running cons and make a quick buck is name of my new country album.
You are going to sell out day one, sir.
Yep. Yep. That's the name of my new country album. Coming out May 19th, baby. May 19th.
That would be an interesting twist, because like we've said,
Minister Greaves.
Okay, that was
Cowboy Bells and Dip Naps, man. That's my name new.
That'll be interesting because the like we've mentioned, a lot of the allusions to Lori and Corey being the villains have been kind of like ham-fisted and like over obvious. It would be cool if, like, of course they end up being the villains, but maybe we twist it around and see that it's not who we expected. Like, the gemstones aren't the gemstones that we knew.
Twist.
Yeah, I'll be down
so
for
both
that.
of y'all are basically looking for a twist, or preparing for a twist.
I'm at least preparing for the prelude to come back into the story here in the present time.
Yeah, I'm just expecting them to this to be a gemstone. Bradley Cooper, he's a gemstone.
So here's the other thing.
And
if the Millsaps are descendants of Bradley Cooper, who's then going as Greaves, then their whole thing could be he was never Greaves, he was Gemstone. So I could see that being a part of it too. Maybe just like their motivation for why they think they deserve it all. By the way, none of these were the theory I was coming in with tonight.
Do you know the one you were coming in with tonight?
Oh yeah, I got it still.
Well, what was that one?
So I think we can all agree Big Dick Mitch will be played by Nick Offerman.
You didn't see that coming?
You think we're gonna get to see Big Dick Mitch?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be that like Lori actually is the bad guy and her and Big Dick are working together, or if he's just gonna be another red herring.
Yeah, man, that would be great. I mean, obviously, as we all know, the actress who plays Lori, she's married to Nick Offerman, and they have the most amazing comedic relationship you ever put to screen. It'd be great to see
have a theory.
Okay, there's.
What if?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
What if the Bradley Cooper character is related to both families?
Well, then that 69's way grosser.
Yeah. Ooh. And then if they find out later in this show that both families are related to each other,
they start fucking, it was gross.
Nice. That was well done. With the music going over it.
Yeah, the music going over the video.
Yeah, that was
good. Nice. We're working on
it. Yeah, that would be interesting, and I
just thought about it with y'all's.
Yeah, that would make total sense with this show, and it would be kind of a amazing way to end this series. This is the series finale, or the final season.
Thank you. Get out while it's still good. Don't drag it on.
And they've been really good about that. Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals.
They actually don't like doing. They don't like doing more than one season. They did Vice Principals. They filmed it all at one time, so they didn't have to do a second. I mean, do a third season. They were like, "Look, we did 2 seasons. This is it.
Right, we're done.
We're done. We got something else that we want to do."
Now.
And that was a great way to end.
So that's why I'm always happy when they do end, or not happy, but I'm always satisfied when they end a show because they have they only end so they could do other things.
Yeah, new projects
Because they don't want to just be doing the same shit all over and over.
So many great projects from this team of Jody Hill and Danny McBride, and Walton Goggins is usually a featured player.
He just loves them so much. He just was like, I worked with them one time and I just love being around them. And he lives in the North Carolina, South Carolina area anyway. He's from there. So, and as for those who don't know, that's where they film most of their stuff. That's where the areas of when they're from. I think Danny McBride's from Virginia, North Carolina line area.
North Carolina, raise up, take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spin it
Born
like
Statesboro, Georgia.
Born Statesboro, Georgia. Yeah, all of that. All of that right there. I-95.
A decade older than me.
Laura said in the chat, I just came to tell you I started watching Moon Knight and I thought you guys have you seen it? Have you talked about it? We actually did on the Drunk Banthas podcast. This is pre
on the channel
live streaming, but we do.
How far along are you?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Well, you know what? I'll just say, go check out the Drunk Banthas channel and go over there and see the Moon Knight, or just just Google.
Yeah,
or
if you
YouTube
Google
search,
Drunk Banthas Moon Knight.
search Drunk Banthas Midnight.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. You said midnight, and then I
said Moon Knight.
Drunk Banthas Moon Knight. Then you'll see our episode to episode breakdown. It's still video. It's not.
We didn't.
We were doing video about it.
Were we doing video?
We weren't doing it live.
Okay.
So one thing I will say about Moon Knight, it is in the comics, not the show. So don't worry, Laura. It is not a spoiler. At one point, he picks up Mjolnir, and then like the great joke is he just can't fucking pronounce it. There's multiple cells of him just fucking up the name. While
I'm
talking to Thor,
but I will go to the chick.
It's amazing.
Laura said, "I'm on episode 4. No spoilers, but I will go and check those podcasts." Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to those podcasts now too, because I kind of forgot how I felt about it, week to week. I remember how I feel about the show.
I remember exactly how we felt week to week. I remember how you felt week to week, and I don't want to ruin it for her. But
don't ruin it for me. I'm gonna watch it too.
Yeah, I remember exactly how it was because it was memorable.
And this episode was also very memorable. It was super hilarious. Guys, let us know what you thought of this episode of The Righteous Gemstones. Any final thoughts on this episode before we close things out, guys? Big Dick Mitch, I'll let you go first since it's your first time talking about Gemstones.
Not just I'm glad I got back into the show, especially for the last season. Pretty much whenever you get Danny McBride making a television show, you're just like I had in season 2. There's some down episodes, but you're always gonna end up laughing. And there's a reason I would say The Righteous Gemstones is the crowning jewel of his television career so far.
100%. I 100% agree.
Yeah. Final thoughts, Bill?
Final thoughts. Danny McBride and Jody Hill, man.
Yeah.
They fucking do it. They fucking get it in, man. Can't say nothing about them. Can't say nothing bad about them.
Incredible duo, man.
Just can't say nothing bad about them.
Yeah,
I love them. It's a sad thing to see him go. How many episodes we get this season?
I think it's 8 episodes this season.
Shit, man.
Yeah. So
it's not enough. Not enough.
4 more.
Not enough.
9.
So that means
9.
9. Okay, you know what? Give me an hour and 45 minutes of the last 2 episodes, and we're in there like swimwear.
Yeah, I bet one of these episodes is going to be extended. Like at least we're going to get a 90-minute episode at some point.
Yeah. Which I'm here for it 100%. Yeah. Also, I need a movie. You know what? I know I'll be like, make something original. There's many stories to be told. Fuck that. Let's make a fucking Righteous Gemstones movie. Or
4 seasons in a movie.
4 seasons in a movie.
Exactly. It'll be perfect. Oh man. But yeah, what did we say what the rating was on this?
We have not.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Big Dick Mitch, look at the rating for this episode. I'm just gonna give my final thoughts real quick.
Got it.
Yeah, I did love this episode. Oh,
we're done with you. No, I'm joking. What's your final thoughts?
No, I also love this episode. Danny McBride, Jody Hill, great duo. we saw what Jody Hill did with like directing a Peacemaker episode. So I mean, I wouldn't be mad at having Jody Hill and Danny McBride team together and make a superhero movie, superhero TV show. Like,
Jody.
I wouldn't be mad at like seeing them, take over one of those properties.
Dial H
James
for
Gunn.
Hero.
Dial H for Hero. Okay, like seeing them do that.
Hold on, that's my new rock band's album right there. Dial H for Hero is dope. Is that the name of the band or it's both? What am I talking about?
Yeah, and
it's both.
Self-titled album.
Dial H.
But yeah, like great episode, great directing. And yeah, like I'm excited to see. And again, like you guys said, like it's better to like have a story as like whether it's short or long, just like make the story as long as it needs to be and cut out. And I like that this is gonna be like the sort of like the ending of this legacy of like the trailer trash heroes. I don't know what you would call this like legacy of TV shows that they've had, but it's been
wow. This man right here. Hold on.
What?
This man right here. Genius.
No, it's a comic book.
Genius. It's what?
It's the title of a comic book.
Genius. This man right here. Genius.
It's a fat guy
genius
who literally gets a dial, can dial hero, and gets a random fucking hero who he knows nothing about their powers. How is that not perfect for Danny McBride?
That is perfect.
It's a pretty rad concept. I never read it, but like it sounds amazing. It's in my Amazon wish
list. H for Hero.
But
new album 2023, new album Dial H for Hero by Dial H for Hero.
But enough about Dial H for Hero, enough about us. Let's know about you guys. Let us know what you thought of this episode of the Righteous Gemstones.
People who have been watching this long, y'all are the real ones. Please go check out the Does It Hold Up episodes. Give them some likes, share them. And please go out there and check out those drunk reviews on the Drunk Banthas channel and the reviews over there at NerdsAtNite, the Scream videos and all the other stuff over there. What were you going to say, Jeff? And
both reviews and Does It Hold Ups, give us suggestions of ones you want to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you want reviewed? You guys are watching right now. You're the psychopaths that we need to
satiate.
You're the psychopaths that we need to get advice
You
from.
love that fucking clip.
Yeah, exactly. You come here for the clip. The clip. Don't you play that clip.
You know what clip out.
So yeah, you just come check out those other videos, click like, subscribe, make sure you do all the YouTube stuff because literally it takes nothing for you, costs you nothing, but it fucking means the world for us 100%. And now I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna hit this Raw Garden vape. So that was for the YouTuber who has to review this whole episode.
But Bill, I'm sorry. I was about to say Bill Ditch Mitch. That's not what your name is. Big Dig Mitch. Where can the people find you on the interwebs? You have a very uncomfortable look on your face.
Okay.
His face
you can find me
says-
down by the port, obviously. You can try and Skype me down Cheeto's driveway at LilDicky2.com. It's because of the hackers.
The hackers.
You can find Jeff Madel on Facebook at MadelJeff on Instagram. But as always, the easiest way to find me is just be here on a Monday night, dude.
Be here on a Monday night. Listen to the man. Okay? He's not the man. He's just Jeff. Big Dick Mitch. You know, you might want to come in here with just as Big Dick Mitch from now on.
Yeah,
there might not be
time to update those dating apps.
Yeah, it might not be a reason to actually just change your name ever to anything else. Just come in the StreamYard, Big Dick Mitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which will be even better for the people who just start watching next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
every week it'd be amazing. They'd be like, oh man, you know, Big Dick Mitch has a fucking comic book session that's really fucking dope. It's really amazing. You don't think
Big Dick Mitch's comic book corner? Like
Big Dick Mitch's comic book bitches. This is
I was going comic book ditches, but that just seems like call the police. You know,
he's a serial killer, but he also has a very long dick.
Bill, where can the people find you?
Oh, Alex, I'm glad that you asked.
You can find me.
You can. Oh, hold on a second. I'm doing something bad over here. You can definitely find me on the Drunk Banthas channel and NerdsatNite channel right here every Monday and Thursday. Both on the Drunk Banthas and NerdsatNite, but Drunk Banthas podcast is on Monday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time, and the Bantha Bunch show is on Thursdays at 7:15 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. You guys, no more of this 8:15 p.m. bullshit. You know, gotta get you guys in bed. Gotta get y'all tucked in nicely. So yeah,
a little earlier show for you guys.
A little earlier show. We're gonna be talking about Common Side Effects. It is the season finale. I said that last week, but I was wrong. Said that it was the season finale 2 weeks ago. I was not. So this one really is the season finale. So make sure you come check it out. Check out the episode, baby, before you come. Who cares if you don't? You know, you love hearing my voice. But yeah, where can the people find you, Alejandro?
You know, it's always the same place here on Mondays on the Drunk Banthas podcast. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, Twitter, IG,
doing
TikTok.
great.
Letterboxd, likewise, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little blood murals, and may the force be with you.
Hold on, we got
right.
Fifth Banthas said I think you should review one adult movie a week, but in such a way that as YouTube doesn't cancel you. Well, you know what we got to say to that. You know what we got to say to that.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.